Welcome to My Best Ex, where we talk about friendship, relationships, and the what do we do now moments in life. This is a podcast by two exes who are besties, because who better to help you walk through the great midlife shifts than someone who dumped you in the past? Zina, I don't have my mic set up.
Oh, that's okay. I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. So there you go.
Yeah, so you sound loud and clear. Maybe, I guess we don't need these big fancy mics. Ain't that a bitch after $300? Jeez. So, I feel so bad.
Why? What did you do?
Did you know that 2 days ago was National Dog Day and I did not post?
I sent you a
Simon?
reminder.
I didn't. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but I didn't get it. And you know, my cell phone is just like when I'm in New York, it just decides it doesn't want to work properly.
Yes,
So
I do know
people
that.
call me like you and they go straight to voicemail no matter what. Like I've tried all these different things. I've been to the store. It's just like my phone doesn't like New York. It's like, I'm not doing New York. We're not doing this. So I missed your message. But meanwhile, I saw all your incredible posts about your dogs. And so I felt bad because I didn't post Simon. And first of all, I need to get Simon his own Instagram because he has
Post
so
it
many.
late. You can still post it. You can say, like, I couldn't let the week finish without posting about Simon.
I mean, I feel like he somehow knows because he's been over in his chair giving me side eye since.
A little shady, yeah.
A little shady. So National Dog Day, you know, you and I are huge dog people. You have like the most photogenic dogs in the world. So how did you celebrate your
Well, I got to be honest with you. I sent out the reminders to so many people, like, you guys, it's coming up like a couple days ahead of time. I was like, everyone, let's just remember it's National Dog Day. And then I got so busy and infiltrated with work that it was until very late in the day. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, past my bedtime, that I was like, my babies, I got to post something. So yeah, so I put
I'm
together.
surprised Valentina didn't remind you. She's a diva. I'm surprised Valentina didn't tap you with her paw and say, bitch, if you don't post me, we going to have a fight.
What's happening? What's happening? Exactly.
So tell our guest this about your three dogs, because I know and have had the privilege of meeting them. One is your mom's dog, but by proxy also you kind of are the, what would it be, like the godmother or the auntie, or I don't know what you call it, but.
Well, Sergio is my brother nephew.
Okay.
So,
oh wow.
okay. So Sergio's my mom's dog, and he is the sibling of Valentina, who is my dog. So Sergio and Valentina are brothers and sisters. And then there is mom's Mabley, and she is the biggest of them, but thinks that she's small. She tries to put her little body into small spaces. I have a picture of her getting up on the table in my place in LA, like Valentina used to, like a dog up on the table. Like,
but what kind of dog is she? Tell our audience what kind of dog
she's a Doberman. She's a Doberman.
Yeah, don't know, ain't nobody breaking into your house.
Well, she's back in LA, she used to sit in the window and skulk and just like watch what was happening on the street. Yeah. And this one guy was like, they train dogs to do this, to like sit in the window and watch. And I was like, no, nobody trained her. This is just,
that's her innate, that's her vibe.
Yeah. Post it up.
Yeah. I love it. She's like a little security guard. It's perfect.
She is. Actually, we should get her an outfit.
Oh my gosh, you should get her little vest and security guard.
Yeah, let her lean into
that would make her feel good about herself. Because she's doing her job. She does her job every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I hold on. When I had these people that used to come to do treatments for Niles, they said that like every dog has a job or kind of like a personality, a way that they are. And they said that Valentina was actually a nurse, that she liked to take care of people and make sure that everybody's okay. So I think she's kind of like a drunk party girl and a nurse. And Mabley is a security guard and perhaps an older, wiser lesbian owl.
Oh my God, I love that. Now I got to think about what Simon is, because I don't really know what Simon is.
What is
it? Simon's an old man, first of all. He's 4, but he's an old man at heart. So he has a very old soul. He's grumpy. He does not play with toys. You throw a ball down and he looks at you like, you gonna go get that?
So somebody lost your ball.
Somebody, exactly. Somebody, I don't know how many balls Glow I've fetched for Simon. So, and he's so different. So, a little backstory is after my dog of like almost 15 years, Simone passed, and she was the best girl. Glow was her godmother, best girl ever. And I was thought, I'm never gonna. I know eventually I'll maybe get another dog, but you can never top Simone. And so I was grieving. I didn't think I was ready, and then finally got to the point where I was missing that kind of companionship in my life, right? That kind of like
Yeah.
unconditional love, the eyes that look up at you and say, I love you no matter what. Like, even if your eyes are puffy today, even if you've gained 5 pounds, even if you haven't had your best day, even if you didn't do your best pitch, I love you. And I missed that. And eventually, after about a year and a half, I was kind of started looking, and I went to Shelters Glow. I was in Cincinnati. I went to the shelter. It was so sad, and the shelters are just heartbreaking because it's mostly big dogs
Yeah.
who need homes. And I had decided in my heart that since Simone was such a big girl, I was going to go with a small dog this time. Now I feel like I'm a big girl, not big girl, big dog.
I was like, D-May, tell
No,
me
no.
more.
I feel like I'm a big dog lesbian. Like, I like big dog. I like big dogs, and I cannot lie, right?
Wow.
Simone was a big girl, and I was like, I can't for my next dog. So it was just an instinct. I'm gonna have a small dog. Like, that's what I'm gonna
You
do.
wanted something you can travel with too. Hold
Thank
on
you.
one
Something
second,
I could.
Zina. Hey, Riff Raff. Hold on one second. Riff Raff?
That's so they have a gang now called Riff Raff together.
That's what I call them. Yeah. Okay. So
So your
sorry.
two
So
Italian greyhounds are now Riff Raff.
I call
Riff
them
and
the
Raff.
Riff Raff or the Italians.
Is one Riff and one Raff, or is it just Riff Raff?
They are together, the Riff Raff.
Which? Oh my God, which one is that? Sergio?
Yeah, that's Sergio.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Okay, so sorry. And so anyway, so you wanted a travel dog. You wanted something you could travel
Yes,
with.
because at the time I was traveling a lot. Actually, I still travel a lot. I travel a lot. So Simone could not travel, and that sucked. And so I wanted a dog I could definitely travel with. So I'm looking, and I'm going to shelters, and it's just so sad. And I'm looking along, whatever. I know I want to rescue, right? I know I want to go that route. And so I wasn't really finding anything that I vibed with. I went to a couple like adoption, events and
Mm-hmm.
tried to bond with a couple dogs. I came close. Like, I was like, oh, they're sweet, but like, I don't know. Some of them, something wasn't right. And I feel like a dog, you know it, you feel it. And I just wasn't feeling it. And I wasn't going to rush. I was like, this process could take years. I'm going to wait.
Years.
So I'm like, okay, so we find this Dash and rescue. And I'm like, oh, because I've had really good, I know a lot of people think Dash have not had good experiences, but my grandma
Why?
growing
Like,
up had,
what do you mean people didn't have
some people
good
think they're snippy and kind of snotty or whatever, like their experience.
experience?
But yeah, for me, like I've had incredible, like my grandmother had a Dashin named Mason. When I was a kid, we'd go visit her in Nebraska, and Mason was just so loyal and so sweet. And then, our mutual friend Sherry that was on the podcast, she had
Uh-huh.
Dory for many years. And I love Dory. She was just
Yeah.
such a little sweetheart. So I've had like really good experiences. So I was like, I think I want to get a Dashin. So we found a Dash and Rescue, and we looked on their website, and I was just trying to like online dating. I was just trying to get a sense from the eyes, if this was a match. And I wasn't
Yeah.
really like seeing anything. I wasn't really sure. And I called the lady about this one dog, and she was like, oh, that dog is like something old or something, or like that dog's already been adopted. I can't remember what. I was like, okay, well, she was like, did you see any of our other dogs? I was like, no, I don't think any of the other ones are a match, but I'll I'm looking around and I'll come. She was like, well, have you seen this one dog we have, Asher? I think that was the name at the time.
Oh,
And I was like,
Ash.
oh, yeah. I was like, no, I didn't see Asher. She's like, okay, well, Asher's this little guy came into us. He's so, so sweet. I have been rescuing, working with Dashin and Dashin mixes for 20 years, and this is probably the sweetest dog I've ever gotten in. And look on our website. And I said, I'm not seeing Asher. And she's like, wait a minute, he's not up on my site? No wonder he's still here. And I'm like,
That's the
she's like,
universe.
let me text you a picture of Asher. Glow. The picture comes through to my phone, and I kid you not, it looks like if Simone got into a Willy Wonka time machine, like a little one of those, not time machine, but a little machine like that shrinks and makes you big, one of those little machines, and took Simone and shrunk Simone. And then the door opened and out walked Asher. It
Yeah.
was Simone shrunken down.
Yeah.
Literally, the eyes, the color, everything. I said, "This is my dog,
Ma'am, you need to hold that dog. Hold
ma'am."
that dog.
And we had read a lot of reviews of this lady, and that's another reason we were a little wary. It said that she was really mean, that you got up there and she looked you up and down and decided you wasn't getting no dog. Like she was out in the suburbs and somewhere in Pennsylvania, and people were scared. People were like, "She's a little scary," and just get ready to not get your dog if she don't like the look on your face. So we were like, "Uh oh, is this woman racist? Like, what's going to happen when we go up there? Or homophobic?" So we were nervous, and we were like, we were like, okay, let's see what happens. And we went to the pet store. We got Asher at the time, all this stuff and goods. And we went to the house. And as soon as this lady opened the door, little Asher ran out and ran straight to me. Straight to me. It was
Cute.
me, Vic, and Chris, and
I can't take
the
it.
whole family ran straight to me like it was Simone saying through like, okay, you went with a little version of me. I like that. I like that because that's still giving me my props. So we're gonna let you have this one. This one's gonna be your little friend.
So what they say is they say that, and I don't know who they is, but
I love
anyway,
it.
they
Yeah.
say that the dog that you get after your big soul dog has passed is sent to you by your soul dog. And it makes sense to me that Simone would one do a different gender. She's like, I want to be the Simone. I
Yes.
want to be the Simone.
Yep.
So I'm going to send you a smaller Simon. It seems to me that she would be that girl.
Yeah. She's that girl. She's that girl.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I named him Simon because after Simone, and we've been thick as thieves ever since. I mean, he's nice to everybody else in the family. He's a love bug and all those things, but Glow, he is attached to me. Like it's no joke. Like he is attached to me. So he's a little buddy, and he's been great. Like he is like my snuggle bug, and he's wonderful, and he loves cats, which is weird. Like not to chase them or in an aggressive way. We foster cats, and so these little cats that come in, he just makes sure that they're feeling safe, little kittens that have come and big cats. He's just a cat guy, which is really, really sweet. Fickle with other dogs, depending. That's really interesting. Like he could love some dogs and not bark, and then some dogs set him off, honey, in a way where he's just like not having it. And I can't predict. I used to think, oh, it's big dogs, oh, it's young dogs, oh, it's old dogs, but I cannot predict it.
Yeah. Also when I think about the dog that you get after your soul dog, someone told me that they felt like Mabley was sent by Niles, and also Niles did not want another little boy that I would like fawn over, but he
Yes.
wanted somebody that would be protective, and because Niles thought that he was in charge of things, and so thought that that's why Mabley would be a good fit because I wasn't supposed to be getting a Mabley. The lesbian phone tree had sent out a message that there was a little white dog at the East Valley shelter in LA, and that if somebody could just go pick it up, the other person was going to find it a home and or a foster. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can go pick up a little white
Wow.
dog from East Valley
Lesbians activate.
right. So I go up in there and he's cute, and because my friend that was posting this was like, this dog belongs to somebody. We can't hold it right now, but we think this dog needs to get. So anyway, so I go up there and they had put the little white dog in a kennel with another dog who had some kind of intestinal issue that
Ugh.
could be transferred to the little white dog. So
Mm.
the woman whose name was like Suzanne or Sherry or something, like this lady who had been working at the shelter for 25 years. I kid you not, with like her
I love
dyed
it.
red hair, like she was probably in her
Yes.
70s.
Ugh,
So she
love
was
her.
like, that dog can't, you have another dog at home. We can't send you home with this dog because it'll make your dog sick potentially.
Mm.
And then at the same time, this other woman was coming in for the little white dog who didn't have any dogs. So she could take the little white dog home with her,
Got it.
give it the medicine, and if it was sick, it wouldn't be a problem. So I was like, oh, perfect. Everything worked out. Little white dog has a place to go and everything's fine. And then this woman says to me, you said you had a yard, right? And I said, oh, yes, I have a backyard and I have another dog. She's like, oh, okay, I'll be right back.
I love these people who work at these. By the way, I can see her, I can hear her voice, everything. You have a dog. You have a yard, right? Yep.
Yeah. So she comes out and she goes, "Do me a favor.
Oh
Take
yeah.
this dog home with you." And she comes back with this big black Doberman.
Giant.
Yeah, and I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Am I fostering it? Am I adopting it?" She was like, "Yeah, sure."
Whoa.
"Yeah, sure," was her response, and I was like, "I don't know what's happening here." So I'm
What
like,
if you went back, Lo? What if you went back to that shelter and you were gonna like bring the lady a gift to like thank her, and they were like, "That person's never worked here. She never exists."
I'm showing pictures and they're like, "Nope, she doesn't
No.
no, we've never seen this lady before." So I go and then they had all these fees waived and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I just, like, get in the car with this dog and I'm like, I don't this dog is big, I can't put it in a purse, like, what am I gonna do with this dog? So then I call my friends that have rescues and I was like, "I accidentally got this dog from the shelter. Can you put this dog into your rescue?" One was like, "No, it's too big and, we have too many dogs." Another was like, "Yeah, I'll put it in, send me the picture and the deets and blah, blah, blah." In the meantime, I'm getting all the paperwork to get her fixed and all this stuff. So, I just start to like this dog, and I was like, "No, no, 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 but Imma put you in with a rescue." And then I get her in the prison program where they're, like, training
Okay.
her.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. So first we have this kind of lesbian mafia that you can just call where like half these people have their own rescues. I want to animal rescues. I want to point that out because that's an interesting thing. And then two, is the prison program like a women's prison thing? What is this? What's the prison program? Because I don't know what that
It's a
is.
program that teaches incarcerated people how to train and work with dogs. And so the
Wow.
dogs go there and they stay there for 6 weeks and they get trained by the inmates. And then also when the people who were incarcerated are able to come out of jail, they have a new skill, dog
That's
training.
amazing. Wow.
It is fantastic. It is fantastic. And so I wrote the thing and I got Mably into this place. And I was like, well, and it was a couple weeks off. And I was like, well, once she comes back from that, I'm sure I'll find her a home. It'll be fine. But by the time I took her before she went for those 6 weeks, I was like, "Damn it, Janet, this is my dog. This is gonna end up my dog." Because when she was gone those 6 weeks, I was like, "God, I missed her." And they, the inmates send you letters, about her and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, and so that's how I ended up with this dog. And because then my friend was calling, they were like, "So are you gonna send us pictures or, like, do you want us to put" and I was like, no. We're just gonna, hang out here a little longer and see how things go, and then, of course,
Question: do you still keep in touch with the inmate that trained Mabley?
no, because we're not allowed to. We're
Oh, I
not
was going to
allowed
say that's a story. That is amazing. If like a friendship came out of that, that's pretty cool. Well,
well, we
Glow, let
can
me
make
ask you.
we can make that story. That is a great story.
Yeah, we can make that story. Let me ask you a question.
Because when I did pick her up, they had people who had been incarcerated there to kind of like show me and train me on how to walk her and all of those things that she had learned when she was there. So the program really works and really helps people.
I'm surprised I haven't seen that on CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley. They always have those feel good stories on Sundays. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Can you imagine Jane Pauley in the prison with her little dog?
Absolutely. And what have these dogs taught you about
Exactly.
this?
Yeah, I love it. Well, let me ask you a question. What is the craziest thing you've done for one of your dogs? Like, what is the most out there kind of like lesbian dog owner thing that you've ever done?
I mean, crazy, Zena? I mean, do we call it crazy? Like, do we want to put that word on it? Or do you want to say like thorough or what is the level of
Proactive.
commitment? Yeah. Yeah.
Proactive. What is the most proactive thing that you have ever done for one of your?
Proactive thing. Well, you and I went to a pet psychic. So that is,
Ding, ding, ding. And yep, proactive. So you have actually gone to a pet psychic. Well, I guess I was there. Have you done that since with any of your other dogs, pet psychics?
I did it again with Niles.
Okay.
And I'm
So,
I'm trying to get a psychic for Mabley because I do want to
oof.
kind of know her history a little bit and know whether or not she likes being here and if she prefers Atlanta or if she likes LA more. I just kind of want to
Mm.
know how she feels in these different places. Valentina too, but Val seems to be adjusting. I just want to get more backstory.
And how do you know that the psychic sitting across from you, that a parent that is claiming to be able to tell you Valentina's feelings and thoughts, is not completely bullshitting you?
Well, I think some people are given different gifts, and who's
She's
to say?
Valentina misses your garden in LA. She's very disappointed. How do you know that she's not like, I don't know. I
Okay.
just
All right, Zena. So when we took Niles to the psychic, do you remember some of the very specific things that that psychic said?
remind me.
Okay, one of the things that the psychic said, because he was dressed as a bumblebee, said that he told the psychic, "This is not my only outfit. I have lots of clothes," which was
She could
true.
infer that, but she could infer
So
that
that
from the
was
fact that
interesting.
he had on a Halloween costume, that he's probably a small dog, and his lesbian moms have a number of other outfits for him. Next.
Okay. She also said, um, I have a new friend. He's a guy. There aren't a lot of guys that hang around me. There aren't a lot of guys around, but I have this
We were
one
at a
new guy.
lesbian Halloween party. We were at a lesbian Halloween party.
It wasn't a lesbian Halloween party. It was just a costume party. It was a pet parade. And that new friend was your dad,
I can't with this.
right? Right? And also, Niles commented on the music that he'd been hearing different kind of music lately, and that was the opera and stuff that your dad was playing in the house. Hello? And
Okay.
okay, one right? Like this is clearly someone who is in touch with him. And then the kicker, he said that he does not like the dog that lives next door. He
Mm.
smells funny and eats cheap food. Do you remember that?
Who was the dog next door?
It was the dog that whose face was smushed up next to your parents, that lived next to your parents.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like a pug or
The
something
pug.
like that.
The pug.
Okay, now.
I don't know, audience. I don't know what you guys think of this. I'm just wondering, like,
Come
what do you
on,
guys,
come on. How
pet psychics? You guys think pet psychics are a real thing? And like, I feel like I could get a wig. Like, I'm kind of unemployed right now, so maybe I should get myself a little wig and a little shawl, and just like
Shaw?
put up on, put some advertisements up that I'm a pet psychic. I think I could be a pet psychic. I'm gonna do that. What should my pet psychic name be, though?
Okay, since you are mocking this, you want to mock pet psychery. Is that a word? Psychiclery?
Cyclery,
Psycholory? Psycholory.
psychology.
Okay, so since you want to mock this, let's call you Z-Bar.
I love it, Z-Bar. And by the
Z-Bar.
way, if anybody listening has a connection to a pet psychic, we would love to have them on the show, because I want to know. I like. I want to. I want to believe. You know. I
I
want to.
believe.
I know you do, and I want to, because it's kind of cool. But I do like. There's no check on these people, because there's no really way to check the facts. That's the issue, right? To check with what they're saying.
Also, okay, when I went to the other pet psychic with Niles asked, are we just visiting here or are we living here? And this, I had just moved to LA. I said nothing to this lady about that. And I said, no, we're gonna live here. And I asked, why are you laughing? How would she know
Because
that?
it's general, like you're interpreting it as LA and all that stuff, but it's just like dogs move around. Dogs are new, like,
No. I had just moved to LA.
oh, okay. Well, guys, listen. If you
Listen,
guys
listen,
have
no, wait, Sina, hold on. So she says, I said, I just moved here. And she said, well, he wants to know. I said, well, is he okay with me moving here? Is he okay that we're living here? And he said, it's fine. It doesn't matter as long as we're together. Come on now. Why are you laughing at me?
because as long as we're together, dogs and people, like, of course that's like something he's just
No,
saying.
no, Z. Okay, here's the kicker.
There's no
Here's
kicker.
the here's no, listen to this.
Literally not
Listen
a
to
kicker.
this. This is a kicker. He said that I normally have a cat, but that the cat's not here. Is the cat coming? Is the cat coming? He wanted to
Well,
know.
this is crazy. You sound crazy. This is crazy talk. Is the cat coming? That's the proof?
Misu wasn't there at the time. Misu wasn't there at the time, Z. So how would this lady know that I had a cat that had been living with Niles that was out of town and wasn't here in LA? It had to be, she felt it.
Somebody could make a lot of money off you, Glo.
Okay.
A lot of money talking to your pets. I'm just saying.
Okay. What's the craziest thing you've done for your pet?
I can't even compare with that. I was going to say, like, Halloween is my favorite time to just get crazy with my pets is Halloween. I love thinking of creative costumes for pets. I've never been able to dress a cat in a costume, which is like life goals, but Halloween is my favorite time just to go nuts and just like, and then birthday. Like, I like to actually celebrate birthdays with a little cake and a little hat. And like, people think that's crazy or going all out, but it brings me joy. And maybe a pet psychic will be able to tell me if Simon actually likes it or not.
I bet they would.
Okay.
And then they'll also say that Simon felt bad about you not posting about him on National Dog Day.
All right. Well, listen, guys, if anybody, seriously, we want to know your craziest pet story. So please, please, please tell us. And also, seriously, if any of you knows any pet psychics out there, please help. Please contact us and let us know, because we would love to have a pet psychic on My Best Ex. That would just be a dream come true.
Incredible. Be life-changing.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for this pet day of My Best Ex. Enjoy your pets, hug them close, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.